You know, if you follow the channel that for any past couple of weeks, we have been going hard, super hard on Galloway. Galloway is really putting out some of the worst takes anyone on the left could be putting out about Ukraine. And I have the ultimate perfect example for you in this. Now, we're only going to cover one part of it because honestly, we could probably spend like the next hour just unpacking some of his comments that he makes about here, because obviously he goes on about the Azov battalion. The Azov battalion numbers between about 1,000 to 2,000 men, and in a military of over 20,000 troops, that's a small, tiny fraction of a number. There is not the amount of quote Nazification that has appeared that that people like Galloway would expect. That's not the case. They're using this, supporting, backing up Putin's claims that, oh, Ukraine's got to be denazified. That's why we're going in. We're going in to sort out this government that was elected, put in place by a coup. No, it wasn't. There's been an election since then. You know, shock horror. But again, people like Galloway just seem to completely discount that fact. And of course, they say that, oh, the Euromaidan, the protest, was a coup. It was not a coup. The guy got voted out. And I've said before, and I mentioned this time and time again, in a very, very dramatic piece, when he gets voted out, even by his own party, only 3 people, I think, voted to keep him. And his own party voted him out as well. He literally snaps his fountain pen in 2. Like, that's a very famous clip. And if you want, by the way, I must applaud Netflix for doing this. If you want to find out about more about the Euromaidan protests back in 2014, this quote-unquote coup, you can watch the absolutely fantastic documentary on that coup with people who, again, took place in it, who were organizers in it, and who helped, again, overthrow that very dictatorial government, and see what the people of Ukraine were really up against, of police officers coming forward and beating up protesters because that's what they'd been told to do. Remember, the army had been told, you need to go in, and lots of army units started refusing to do that because they knew what they were being asked to do. Again, go watch it. If you've got a Netflix account, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's also available, I've just found out yesterday, it is now available free on YouTube from Netflix themselves. Again, so if you look up on YouTube or Netflix, Winter on Fire, you will find it. It's a very good documentary, completely disproves the entire notion and justifies that entire protest that started off as, again, as a peaceful protest. But the president didn't like what they were saying, so, well, like I say, the scenes and the video and the footage in that documentary, quite frankly, speak for themselves. And as I've said, any idea that this was a coup or that these people have to be removed for, denazification, I'm sorry, it's complete crock. It is well and truly a complete crock. Why? Because I highly suspect that Galloway is taking money, probably a lot of money, from the Russian state still. Like I say, back when he was an MP, he was one of the most highest paid of any members of parliament, breaking in, I think, £100,000 for his appearance on this. Not only that, he's done something we will probably be covering very in the near future. He did a show on an Assad-sponsored state-run television about this war, of course, getting in all those quote-unquote experts, and basically giving their view about why the people of Ukraine are, quote, in the wrong and Russia is in the right. So, yeah, yeah, that's a thing. But what is this? Well, obviously, the title of the video, Galloway wants Ukraine to roll over for Russia. Well, I won't say it. I'll let the man himself say it. So we'll just quickly go to this view so you can hear the man for yourself say it.
I've made my position very clear from the beginning. I did not expect this invasion. I did not want this invasion. But now that this invasion has happened, it's far better that it comes to a negotiated end as quickly as possible, like tomorrow. It is vital for the preservation of Ukraine's infrastructure and, above all, its innocent civilian population, that the forces of the coup regime in Kiev lay down their arms and negotiate a settlement which could have been had before the invasion began.
You heard it right there. You heard it right there. That the forces of this, quote, coup regime, again, there's been an election since that, quote, coup regime, George. I don't know if you understand that. But yeah, he basically just heard him say it right there. They should just basically just lay down their arms and just let Russia run all over them. Quite a different contrast from his takes about Iraqi civilians standing up to British soldiers, of what he said at the time, and of course what British soldiers should do as well. Quite in stark contrast, if you ask me, that as Galloway always portrays Iraq as the US and the UK invading a sovereign country that had done nothing wrong. Again, Saddam Hussein was no angel, but again, the country had, quote, done nothing wrong, and that the Iraqi people should resist the occupiers tooth and nail. But now, because it's Russia invading Ukraine, well, guess those Ukrainians should just put down their arms and just let Russia roll over and invade. So let's see what else he had to say about this. Oh, no, actually, no, we won't bother. Because he goes and says nonsense. And to be honest, I'm not going to entertain his nonsense after that, after saying that, because quite frankly, Ukraine should not roll over for the ridiculousness of what this man has just said. Yeah, Galloway, in his own words, right there. He basically just wants Ukraine to roll over and just let Vladimir Putin just take essentially whatever he wants out of Ukraine, whatever that may even be. And of course, democracy and the democratic right of Ukraine be damned. That's George Galloway, leftist. Again, laughable fool of a man that he is. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page and a one-off link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can, well, buy me coffee. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.